Alright, yay, okay. I have my coffee now, so I'm good. Well, hot. Okay, I have hot coffee. I've been home for a little while, but I I woke up this morning like an hour and a half after my alarm, and it was an hour and a half late for work, so I basically ran out, so I decided to shower after I got home. Otherwise, that was stinky. But now I have my coffee, I am clean, and I have eaten. That's because loud. That's better. What is it app though? So I'm trying to figure out what. Well, other than if people had specific questions, what's part to work on for this? Because I'm kind of limited on what I have left to animate. I have a lot of refining to do, and I need to make a trot cycle before I can move on and do one other part. So then my failure to make a trot cycle was what ended up making that goofy walk cycle. So I'm not complaining about it. Wow. I haven't worked on this too much this week because I've been addicted to Dynasty Warriors. But what have I done? I've done a little bit of storyboarding. I think all I've really done is the shot. Wait, is this still loud? This is still loud. It is. Still loud. That's better. Oh yeah, headbanging. Okay. Really, I think all I animated was this part on Saturday.
It's time.
You don't have to do this.
That was like all of Saturday because the freaking stairs are complicated. It looks kind of goofy for the other side.
You don't have to do this.
But yeah, I saw that she responded. That was pretty cool. So the part I have to work on here is I have to animate her trotting up here, but I've already determined at the speed she's moving at she can't walk, and it's too slow for a run, so I have to do a trot, but the one that exists is kind of awkward and I don't want to use it. I've been playing with changes in camera angles here. I think this is okay. Actually, I didn't save the last one I was working on. But I think I kind of want to stay with the same thing because it helps by getting the lead in from showing this coming down, going across her, then blah blah blah. And I can't animate this part until I have that first part done. I don't want to do this part until then either, so I'm stuck. Yeah, I kind of work on them, I guess, without the actual lip syncing done. Maybe I can do this guy. I don't even know if I like that camera angle though. It's just, it is weird. But I really don't know how to improve it. Good thing here.
I'm not stepping up there.
For this, I tried playing around with making the camera do something like that. Problem is, I still would have to have her body going in that similar position, but to do it where it would crop out the legs, they're either going to be like this, which is strange. Well, what if I zoom in? Let's. I mean, I thought about doing something like, having it be from like, say, here. Let me lock the camera to her. Okay, then from here. Down more. Yeah, it's just, I don't know, it's, I took the camera point, this point, and backed it up further from her, maybe.
Isn't it?
It's just one of those that I could probably get to work right, but it would be complicated. I just don't know if it'd be worth it. So I don't mind making a trot cycle, it's just that I failed badly at it the first time, so I gotta try again. Or at least it wasn't turning out the way that I wanted it to. That's why that walk cycle has kind of an element of a trot feel to it, without actually trotting. I might just modify it, who knows. But, so I was, because I have that part, I fully finished that part. I don't really want to work on these parts until I have it all completely storyboarded, other than just this one little part. I've been working on the camera angles for this one a little bit. This is just so complicated because I determined I have 6 seconds to establish the shot and then change to showing the door. And that's a very short amount of time. So I had to do it kind of this, and then
the light of
I was going to have it
the
change.
pip lamp reveals a cellar door that lamp reveals the cellar door.
Right here will be good. I'm gonna have it go from here. This is where we're gonna do a double camera shot. Then copy. What I mean by a double camera is one camera is gonna be for a specific period of time.
Celestia's mercy.
And at about here, about
the light
maybe here, that's gonna be a fade time. So let's go take this camera. Fine. There we go. And I want to keep about the same angle for her position. Just zoom in on her. Or her staring at us.
Celestia's mercy.
The light of the pip buck.
And so what this would do is that it allowed me to, from up to here, the camera would be following here, but then at this point it would start fading to this camera.
The light
and by using the same camera and the same movements, it'll actually allow them to almost glide together. Then have this kind of fade. Let's stupid stream. Okay. I'm gonna wait a second because it usually takes a minute for it to cut back in. And okay, that's good. Take it from here.
The light of the pip.
Celestia's mercy. Celestia's mercy.
The light of the.
Put that here and I'm gonna blend. Blend.
The light of the.
Ah, that blends too fast. Further.
The light of the pip buck lamp reveals a cellar door that.
Oh, I think this is too much. That's why I say storyboarding to me takes longer than animating, because it's just you're planning out shots instead of just animating them. I have to actually think a lot, and that's why I actually don't storyboard unless I had a good night's sleep and I have I can actually focus on it. Why does this still jump right here? They're just rounding it.
The light of the pip-buck lamp reveals a cellar door that...
Celestia's mercy.
And this is really tough because it's without being able to actually see the fade, I don't know how well it would work. Like with the lighting, it's going to be really hard to see it in the stream. Especially since I don't have all the finalized lighting yet, but this was kind of framing the shot coming in here. I'm going to put some... I think I could put a little bit of lights in here right now. I'm still working with the full scene build. I got lots of crap to push around. This cave lights. We're gonna do cellar. Okay, that's the one I'm looking for. Light. All right, this is gonna just be specific for this shot. I had to knock out the wall to get it to work too. And we're gonna turn off. Oh, the shadow's already off. Be black rim. That here. I'm going to up the intensity a lot so I can see what's going on. Oh, those spider webs light the hell up. That's actually kind of cool. Oh, I had that wider. Get there, and then I'm gonna drop the Z10, which is gonna be fade off point. I want to have it kind of hit the front of this stuff, but I don't want to have it extend too far back. So that's why you can see it kind of is brighter at the front of the table than the back. So just not hitting this as strongly as I want. Justin and Twitch are actually the same thing. There. Actually, I think that Twitch was talking about just switching their name to Justin, if I remembered right, but I can't remember. It was a thing a long time ago. But yeah, Justin, I believe, owns Twitch. Well, did own Twitch. I dropped the intensity on. The spider webs are getting lit up a bit too much. I know there's a way to fix that. There is other props. So much cobwebs in here. Okay. I think that's this one. I'll find the material and take a look at it. Cobweb 002, you know. Oh, it's cobweb. 002. There we go. And what do we got here? Really, I don't know if I can do much with that. I think it's just the color. I have to fix that later, but I just think that those webs are way too bright otherwise. Oh, I can get rid of the one. My light again. Okay. Oh, no, no. Actually, I could just have it not hit the web at all. Touchy. There we go. Alright, that should work. Gives a little bit of definition to those thingers.
See.
Now we're gonna do... rename this to... Ah, they're not called pillars. I'm just calling pillar. One. There's a couple on this. So I want to have this pillar have a little bit of rim light coming from this direction. Second one. Probably better organize this for this, but I don't care. Alright, so now I can see what's going on. This is going to be really hard to do rim on. I can't light one without the other. Nice, okay. Alright, all I need to do is make it so that shows in some, even just a teeny bit. And how I said it before, blue is, I associate it as black, so I can play around with blue lights and still say it's pitch black in there. As long as you don't use it to give too much definition to those things that you don't want people to actually see. One pillar light. I need to show the other one. No, the back one I don't need to show. This one here, I probably want to have that one shown at least a little bit. That's... yeah, okay. Oh, too bright, but kind of neat. And this one I need to go down and aim up more so it doesn't pour as much. Lighter. Right. Okay. There, that's kind of neat. Go with that. So yeah, that's really hard to see probably in the stream. It just it pulls this away, it pulls this away. I really can't do rim because of how the engine works. It won't allow me to just light up that edge because it's just the two edges. It can't light them correctly. That is okay. I need to. Her eyes locked on the camera or something because that is a really creepy look. Oh, they're not. Where are your eyes looking? Oh, they're kind of. Oh, there. Why? Okay, that's not so creepy. Okay, not as creepy, but getting there. I've got to make this. Where's my other camera? Okay.
The light of
I've seen some shit.
Let's choose mercy.
the light of the pip-buck lamp reveals a cellar door that leads to the
I
outside.
don't like how this is.
The light of the light.
From this point right there, the way it transitions. I'll just hit it with a round. Still kind of goes fast, but it's right here. Okay. You lived in something like that? There's going to be a lot more bones added too. Right now I only have the one, but I want to add a bunch more across the floor. Though I might add a brown hue to them, because as of right now you can kind of tell with this light on that they're a little bright. By adding something like that to them, or at least playing with some of the values, I might be able to darken up the edges a little more. So I'm going to say that for now, camera is okay. Where am I audio again?
Celestia's mercy. Mercy.
The light of the pip-buck lamp.
Mercy.
I'm going to say at this point, this is where one cut begins. Okay, since I'm doing the shots like this, I can't do it this way. Okay, so I'm at frame 6683. That's what this is. Yeah, I'm just saying at camera 3 is to have its recording start at 6684, not wrong. Like that really matters. And the next camera is to end at 6726. Okay, so that's just for my reference later when I'm rendering. When I'm going to go through and render everything fully through, but when I go through a second time, I have to do these shots a couple extra times. So I know that I only need to render up to a specific point, and then I don't have to render past that. It just helps save some time. Having to render everything a second time over is a little bit of a waste, I think. So, especially when you can kind of save some time like this. So, I think that's the way I did it on the other shot right over here. So, yeah. I have it, yeah, the end and start, same things, so.
Mercy.
The only thing I don't like about how I have to do the camera here is that from this shot to this shot, there's nothing connecting. The viewer doesn't see any of the in-between area of how she got to where she is. I wanted to try to get a camera shot that was more like this, so that it would show where she's coming from. Problem is that I would have had to really readjust all these pillars to get it to work, and it really wasn't looking cinematic. It wasn't. By doing this, I'm showing where she came from, but I'm not showing the room. But in this shot, I'm showing the room, but I'm not showing where she came from. I just didn't have enough time to do both. Because at this point,
the pip lamp reveals a cellar door.
Because she says cellar door, I now have to have the camera in some way pointing to a cellar door. I'm thinking, my idea is that
the cellar.
where is this one again? At this point, she had lit. Ooh, wow. Or is that a focus? No, I fixed that focus. Let me fix this one. You know, so just a rough focus for now. And aperture. Whoa, too much aperture. The blurs usually it depends to me on the aperture setting is dependent on how zoomed in you are the character. If you have a very high lens number, if you're an 85 to 105 or you're very close to the face, you want to have a much blurrier background. But if you are further back, like with this shot, you'll notice that this blurs here because it's close, but everything else is fairly in focus. That's a much lower aperture because it's so far away from there that your eyes wouldn't have that much blur for everything either. So
cellar door. The light of the pip lamp reveals a cellar.
So this is where she'd be showing a cellar door, and then I'll take this camera at this point. We're going to go to the cellar door. The idea for the shot is to take I had to move the pillar in here a little bit to make the shot work, and you may think, oh, then that'll break consistency. Nope, no one will notice. Take this pillar, this one? Yeah. I'm going to disable that one, put the old pillar back. I can get the camera to work how I want it to now. I want to kind of do like a roll-up shot, but I might 35 to me with how the light would be. Actually 35 might work, so I'm gonna do it from here.
Door that leads to the outside world.
Here,
That
here. I'm going further in because I'm actually in the future might play with this in the wiggle room in here a little bit. Kind of want to keep. I want to know where these fades are in this shot. Okay, so yeah, that should work fine. Where's my camera again? I'm gonna just shift this forward. Oh, how's this?
The door that leads to the outside world.
Fast.
Door that leads to the outside world.
Okay. Then, same time, I determine how I want to have the camera move.
Out to the
I think up a little bit. Awesome.
Out to the door that leads to the outside world.
So
It's a cellar door that
Yeah, I think I
lamp reveals a cellar door that leads to lamp reveal light of the pip lamp reveals a cellar door that leads to
I really have to clean these
the
shots.
light of the
Causing
pip
skips.
lamp reveals a cellar door that leads to the light of the pip lamp reveals a cellar door that leads to the outside world. The light of the pip-buck lamp reveals a cellar. The light of the pip-buck lamp reveals a cellar door that leads to the outside world.
So
And I think,
World.
this is, I'm doing a lot of cheating in ways of movement. So here, I don't have to show much for legs there, but I'm going to probably put
The
time
light of
into
the
it.
pip-buck lamp reveals a cellar door that leads to the outside world.
Probably about here, I'm going to break this. Because of how this is working, I can actually start cleaning out some of these shots. So I'm going to clean out this one. Get rid of those, delete. All the cellar props need to stay. I don't need the inside door panel. Actually, I think that's also the inside one. No, that isn't. Okay. Rid of that. Okay, now the performance in the shot will go up dramatically. Even though they weren't visible in the shot, it doesn't matter, they are still being processed. So, where is my...
choose mercy.
The light of the pip-buck.
Yeah, the much higher performance here.
Mercy. Celeste, choose mercy.
The light of the pip-buck lamp reveals a cellar door that leads to the outside world. The light of the pip-buck lamp.
I think I do want to have the camera stop here. Mainly because right now the camera is heading right to left, but then this goes left to right, and that... I try to make the camera stop anytime I do that. I'm going to say that I want the camera to stop right here. And then I'm just going to blend that a little bit.
The light of the pip-buck lamp reveals a...
And maybe a little before that.
Light of the buck. The light of the pip-buck lamp.
Let's kind of faster here. Cameras are so finicky with their movement that it sometimes requires, like, round things like 17 times to get them to move.
The light of the pip-buck lamp reveals a lamp.
Then a little bit.
The light of the pip-buck lamp reveals.
I don't want the camera to come to complete stop, just a almost stop.
Mercy.
The light of the pip-buck lamp reveals.
Okay. I kind of know what I want to have her do in these shots, but it takes time to do that. Right now, I'd rather just determine the camera and then fix her up later.
That leads to the outside world.
So, in this shot, I'm going to take... Where is Pip? There you are. And I'm going to move her forward. Get her just kind of in the camera shot.
To the a cellar door that leads to the outside world. That leads to the outside world.
Here, okay. At this point, I want to have her enter the camera. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take her whole body. Oh baby. And I'm going to have her go walk forward.
A cellar door that leads to the
faster.
The lamp reveals a cellar door that leads to the outside world.
Okay. Now take Pip and it
leads to the that leads to the out.
Right about here. So now I want to mark that. Mark those. I'm gonna move time until I got to move her. Damn it. So at that point, I want her to get into the shot, so it'd be right here.
Reveals a cellar door that leads to the outside world. Outside world.
Almost want to move
Cellar door
faster.
that leads to the outside world.
No, actually, she's going a
leads
little
to the
fast
outside
as it
world.
is. I think camera needs to be zoomed in more. The only reason I don't like that
Reveals a cellar door that leads to the outside world.
don't know if I like that, but I'll figure it out. Or
This is a cellar door that leads to the outside world. Outside world. World.
So,
World. Reveals a cellar door that leads to the
hello, I am storyboarding.
lamp reveals a cellar door that leads to the outside world. Reveals a cellar door that leads to the
I don't really like the camera being that far out though.
out.
Wait, I'm trying to zoom out Pip. That doesn't work.
The outside door that leads to
And the reason I don't want to see this or be so zoomed in is that this still gives context as to what's going on.
the outside
But
world.
I feel that she's not.
Leads to the outside world.
Oh, that should
Reveals a
work.
cellar door that leads to the outside world.
Because in doing this, I can actually save myself time. Because otherwise, I have to show how she's getting to the stairs by putting these
To
two
the
shots
outside
combined.
world.
By having her come in off the side, I'm able to save myself a little bit of a headache. Might lift the camera.
The door that leads to the outside world.
Okay. Copy. Okay.
so the entrance.
Well, I need to figure out how long this
Door
shot's
that-
gonna be.
So the entrance to the outside is cleverly disguised as the door to a humble apple cellar, because the pony who had built it had been building an apple cellar, and it built it had been
Okay. I'm marking that as when the door opens.
building an apple cellar. Sounds legit. It's got the
But this actually gives me way more time than I expected.
entrance had been so the
Like what? A total of 1, 2, 8 seconds? Yeah, almost 9 seconds.
the
Huh. Actually, might be too much time. Because there is time
entrance to the
it's having her go up the
outside
stairs.
is cleverly disguised as the door to a humble apple cellar, because the pony who had built it had been built. Who had built. Who built.
Because I want to have her opening the door at about that time. But I think... Oh, I have to be on the side. Right. There's boards on either side here, but I think Cinematics I'm going to have to hide those boards. And these stairs, I think I should be able to... I can fit a hoof on each, and they're not that high. That should actually make it... That should be really easy to animate. Well, time consuming, but it will... Because when I was trying to animate for the... well, I don't have it showing here. I was trying to animate her doing these... the stair walk here. And it was an absolute bitch. Because look how freaking deep these are. That distance, that's her entire body. So I had to just simulate fake steps to make it so that the timing was correct. So thankfully I don't have to do that as badly. Oh, I broke it. Oh, it went off the shot. Oh, that's why. Oh, I didn't set up the focal point here. Did I? Nope. Okay. Yeah, quick. Work.
Reveals a cellar door that leads to the outside world.
I kind of want to play with the aperture a little bit on here more, but I don't want to make. I want to make it so that she still has definition. I want to have it enough that you can still see who she is. There, that's perfect. Okay. Now, storyboarding to me is the most creative aspect, even more so than animating, because this is where you're actually trying to tell the story. The animating is you just playing it out. So that's everything I've done, like all the shots I've spent so much time on. Like this is blue part, because the blue parts are the parts that I haven't, I consider haven't started yet. I spent 3 to 4 weeks just contemplating how to do this part right here. Because I'm working with audio that's already in place, so it's a little extra work. I had to work around a lot of crap. Okay, so I gotta go up here. I wanted to get rid of this wall. That wall. It's in the filler props. Filler walls. Get rid of that wall. Okay, oops. Okay. Now I could sure go up the stairs, but I have to be kind of careful how I do it. I want to have it kind of trace up here. Means I gotta get rid of these crates. Because I want to have it, door opens that way? Crap. Okay, I gotta swap the door. I'll just spin it from that spot, can't I? Not that one. This one. That's not the right one. Here's the blue one. Oh, actually that is... I want to do those rotation. I'll do from this rotation. Wait. SOL. Yeah, I'm SOL. Okay. Oh well. Alright, we'll just see it. Okay, actually that... I made that more difficult than it actually was. Okay. That was easy. Because I want to have an interesting transition where it opens here when the camera fades through the ceiling. like once it goes black here, to have it fade into the next shot where it's opening from the other side. But I don't want it to open. I could open it into the camera. Actually, that could be kind of neat. Okay, yeah, I'm gonna keep it the way it was for now. I have an idea for it like that. But being I don't even know what the scene build for the next part, I kind of have to stop in a little bit doing this stuff. But alright, now I got this camera. So that 50. And I want to have it shown from this angle a little bit. Where's my pip? I'm here, my pip. Why am I trying to throw in the window? Oh wow. She is... That could actually be interesting to do. I think I'm gonna make Pip fatter. Okay, she's normal size. Because as of right now, these are still going to be a bit of a stretch. I'm gonna... But I hate to make her fatter. It can really start to break jiggle bones, especially if you go over 10%. You know what? Screw it. I'm just going to keep her at 100%. It'll actually make a lot of this stuff a lot easier later, if like having her animated to go up the stairs. She's at her normal size. Well, I kind of in my head had it imagined that she was I think almost twice as big as the stairs, but then she would like tiptoe up, and that'd be weird.
So,
Where's my camera? I think get rid of this pillar. I want to have it come up to points. Get rid of you crates. What did I call those? I just had like a miscellaneous one. Those props. There we go. Okay. It's there. All gone. Wait. I might put some under the stairs, but for now I'm just gonna erase them. Here.
To a humble apple seller, because the
First, let us determine. Oh, wait. I wasn't controlling the camera before. No, I like that shot. That'll work. Sorry, I don't even hear Skype. It's like I drown it out in background noise. Alright, I will mute it when it actually decides to ever pop up here. Stupid Skype. There we go. Okay. We can actually mute that. Okay. It's muted now. You don't have to worry about it. Sorry about that. I completely forgot. 20.
Because the pony says who had it humble apple seller. Because the pony who had built it had been built because the pony who had built it had been
Okay, so at about this point, I think I want to have her at the top of the stairs. So I'm really just going to animate her climbing the stairs and determine from there. I think I can almost guarantee you that she's going to be climbing way too fast. Get up there.
So the entrance to the outside is cleverly disguised.
Yeah, that's climbing way too fast.
Apple seller. Because the pony who had.
So we're going to take Pip and we're going to put her partly up the stairs already. We're going to put her at here. Which does kind of give a disconnect.
The lamp reveals a cellar door that leads to
from
the
there to
outside
there.
world.
So
The outside world. That door that leads.
Good idea. Pip. Got.
Reveals a cellar door that leads. And reveals a cellar door that leads to the outside world.
Mach 5 Pip.
Reveals a cellar door that leads to the outside world.
Going too fast. What else? 4 down.
The cellar door that leads to the outside world.
Back camera. Closer to the camera.
Door that leads to the outside world. Reveals a cellar door that leads to the outside world.
Ooh, I could kind of do one of those, like the one I
cellar
did
door that
Destiny
leads
with
to
the
the
back,
outside world.
the back fade shot. The
Door that
camera kind of does that
a
thing
cellar
where it's
door
like,
that leads to the outside.
I'm not grabbing it.
Reveals a cellar door that leads
Like,
to the outside world.
So the
Reveals a cellar door that leads to the outside.
Audio, shut up. There. I don't have the time to do that. No, because then I'm also switching camera sides. I don't want to do that. Let's try taking Pip and the camera. And both forward. That could work. Okay, we'll do that. For now. Pip, I gotta have her move up the stairs again. could artificially reduce the number of stairs, but I think that's that one model. Yes, it is, so I could technically do that. Which would be fairly easy to do. That. Go into a frame. Just bam. Take a sec, but I'm actually going to take it's all I think I have all the floor models separated, yeah. And props. Okay. Actually, hold on. I can't do that to this shot. This is the final scene build shot. I can't. If I modify that shot, I modify everything. So, okay. Do it again. Floor props, web. Oh, and barrels. And bones. And buckets. That should work. And she's not actually seeing the stuff behind her, so I don't have to worry about that crap. And oh, I just gotta move some of these pillars. Yeah. Brain fart. Right. This is nothing that I want. I want this wall. Wall. I'm King of Noob. I'll take King of Noob. Okay. Oh, missing a wall here. I don't really need to lift that. Actually, I do. And because of this shot, those are at about there and there. From that point. Okay. I modified the shot to show a shorter staircase. Shortcase. that should be slow enough to where it's not like
world.
ever going Mach 5 up these. This one, I don't like animating the aperture, but I might have to here. First, it doesn't move or change the effect as fast, or aperture changes more drastically than focal distance. So if you're changing both, you won't have a smooth change, especially if you really mess it up, which I am really good at. I have her kind of just hit the stairs and then start climbing, and
The entrance to the outside is cleverly disguised as the door to a humble apple cellar, because the pony who had built it built a cellar, because the pony who had
right here I want to have her stop. I have an idea for what I want to have her do there. Just to have her almost stop. Which means I'm basically going to make her walk and stop up here, and then I'm just going to readjust it to the timing so that however long it takes. So right now, this is going to be a very rough storyboard because I am very much going to beat the crap out of it later. It's just all I care about right now is getting the idea for the shot down. I can fix it later for exactly what I need it to do.
So the entrance to the outside is cleverly disguised as the door to a humble apple cellar, because the pony who had built the apple cellar, because the pony who had built it had been building an apple cellar.
Okay. That'll work, but I think that frame needs to be pulled out more. I can't really change how the door is turned because that's actually the same angle as the other shot that I have. So I can bring down the door though. Okay, that should work. And I'm planning to recolor this to be less white and more matching. I wish this door was more beat up. Oh. I think this door is still freaking huge to her, but thank God for magic.
But who had cleverly disguised as the door to a humble apple cellar.
I'll have her stop a little short of that. Now that her head's clipping. Right about there. And then I can slow her down a little bit.
So the entrance to the outside is cleverly disguised as the door to a humble apple cellar, because the pony who had built it had been building an apple cellar.
Okay. Let's get the camera to match in here. And her eyes. What is with your eyes, Pip?
So the entrance...
Why do you look so sad? Stop being sad.
to the outside is cleverly disguised as the door to a humble apple seller, because the
Wanted to have her with a cheeky look. Plus that. Relax. Mouth. Have a bit of a smirk. Work on the other side. And it's this side is going to right side is this side's going to be open a little bit. There. Her eyes are still a little bit awkward. Usually I feel that the eyes should be, the pupil of the eyes should be fairly evenly spaced between the upper and bottom eyelid. If you put them if you show too much of the eye whites on the other, top and bottom, it can be a little weird. So I try to use that as a base. Oh yeah, the good girl thing. That was in that tutorial thing.
So the entry.
She's not going to stare at that door technically the whole time. I just need to get a look down so I know what's going on. Where's my camera? Okay. So from here.
Humble apple seller.
Here, I'm going to want to do.
So the entrance to the outside is cleverly disguised as the door.
Okay, I think I want to start the camera further down the stairs here. Right about here.
I
don't know why I can do such a good job with the voice on here. Make sure to show the door a little bit.
So the entrance to the outside is cleverly disguised as the door to a humble apple seller, because the pony who had built a apple seller, because the pony who had built it had been built, because the pony who had built it had been built humble apples.
This is how I normally do the camera. Is I just kind of pick one movement, then I just overlap it with some other movements. So like it's kind of like keyframing the camera, and then I just go to the middle here and round like the junction points.
Because the pony who had built it had.
And that's all I really do.
Door to a humble apple seller, because the pony who had built it had been built. Legit, humble apple seller, because the pony who had built it had been building an apple seller. So
this would be
because the pony who had
the door would open,
building an apple seller.
But
sounds legit.
But she wouldn't actually be walking out until afterwards because you don't hear her moving.
Sounds legit.
And with that,
or have her
sounds legit.
kind of move.
Sounds legit. Had been building an apple cellar. Sounds legit.
Probably have her move one step up.
Building an apple cellar. Sounds legit.
And with that,
an apple cellar. Sounds legit. Legit. An apple cellar.
With that,
sounds legit. Building an apple cellar. Sounds legit.
Let me animate the door opening. That's from.
Sounds legit. Had built it. Had been building. As pony who had built it had been building. Had been building an apple cellar. An apple cellar. Building an apple. Building an apple.
Okay, so from here to here, it needs to fully open. Select just the door. Oh, door's busted. Why can't you let me select? Oh, because they're the main one. Later.
Had been building an apple cellar. Been building an apple cellar. Been building an apple cellar. Sounds legit. So the entrance to the.
Okay, this camera's really jittering along here.
So this guy's just humble apple.
The more complicated the movement, the more your camera wants to.
Because Tony who had built it had been building an apple cellar.
I don't want to get smooth on the edge a little bit. There to there. A little bit of fade. Camera. Just the transform. Smooth the crap out of it. To get rid of a lot of the little wiggles. When you're watching the camera in the preview window, you can sometimes see the camera do small little wiggles, but know that your final video isn't going to be infinite time that you are seeing. It is going to be cut into 30 or 24 frames, and only that, so even a jitter can sometimes just completely go away because it is just skipping over it.
So the entrance to the outside is cleverly
that made it a lot
disguised
smoother.
as the door to a humble apple cellar, because the pony who had built it had been building an apple cellar. Sounds legit.
and with that,
And from this point on, I
Sounds
really can't
legit.
do too much until I have the scene build mostly together for the other part, because otherwise I might start storyboarding stuff and then changing it drastically. And I do not feel like doing scene building right now. How's it looking so far for that part? If you look on here, I'll get rid of these two. I have this whole video broken into, I think it's 5 parts, and this I consider this part to be part 1, part 2, part 3. It's where there's main breakpoints in the story.
He's gonna bring her back.
Part 4, and I've storyboarded up to part 4, and that's why I want to try to get part 5 done. But
I can't see a damn thing.
the hallway is filled with the skeletons of ponies that had died desperately trying to get into the stable, as the land of Equestria was burned alive.
Celestia's mercy.
The light of the pip-buck lamp reveals a cellar door
Oh, I forgot the lighting in that part. I might need to turn down the volumetrics on that. Doesn't look right from that angle. Work from that angle though. So it's going to be shine covered in green.
And alive.
Celestia's.
Yeah, I'm going to adjust this.
Celestia's mercy.
The light of the pip-buck lamp reveals a cellar door that leads to the outside world.
Celestia.
The light of the pip-buck lamp reveals a cellar door that leads to the outside world. Light of the pip-buck. The light of the.
I still think this moves a little bit fast. I wanted to have her see the door, but I'm thinking I might just have her walk and assume that she has seen the door. So like having it here.
The
mercy. Celestia's mercy.
The light of the pip-buck.
I'm gonna move Pip a bit forward in time.
The light.
Got this. That's okay. Mouth, eyes, and we're going to shift forward or backward.
Celestia's mercy.
The light of the pip-buck.
Gonna have Pip start moving forward again. So that for how fast she suddenly starts moving in the other shot, it doesn't make sense unless.
The light of the pip-buck. The light of the pip-buck lamp reveals a cellar. The light of the light of the pip-buck lamp reveals a cellar door that leads to the outside world.
So the entrance to.
The light of the pip-buck lamp reveals a cellar door that leads to the outside world.
So the
world.
So the
outside world.
So the entrance to the outside is cleverly disguised as the door to a humble apple cellar, because the pony who had built it had been building an apple cellar. Sounds legit.
I might need to still work on that a bit, but I might need to just look away from it for a while, come back to it later with fresh eyes. I've done that multiple times and redone things so many times doing that. But it might mean that I'm almost done with working with this scene build. Kinda nice. I was kind of looking at the same scene build for way too freaking long.
Can't see it.
I
don't really want to animate those parts.
Land of Equestria was burned alive.
Can't really animate that.
Yeah? Quick, seal the door!
I don't like this camera angle.
Quick, seal the door! There?
Also,
Quick! Seal the... Quick, seal the door! Seal the door! Seal the door!
Might be too fast.
Seal the door! Seal the door! Quick! Seal the door!
I really can't change to too much of this camera angle because the shot before was on that side. I'd be basically doing a 180, which is like the absolute no-no in cinematography. So, at least not without showing how I'm doing it. Hence, trying to do a rotate. Let's look. Quick! Quick! Actually, kind of sounds like the quack sound from old apples. Quack. I want to say this is the better shot.
Seal the door! Seal the door! Seal the door!
Quack, 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 quack.
Quick, seal the door!
Now I can't hear it. Hear it as the quack.
Quick, seal the door! Quick, seal the door!
All I hear is quack. Seal the door.
Quick, quick, seal the door!
Well, at least I put it out of context.
I'm not stepping up there! Quick,
Nope, still a quack. Okay.
seal the door!
I need to almost do some little.
Seal the door!
Almost animate this guy. Yeah, I could do this guy.
Seal the door!
Okay. So I'll take his left front leg. Shift it. Drag it this way. Okay, and halfway in, I want to have the leg go back a little bit. Try this out. Well, that's starting way before him. Okay, that'll work. Now from this point to this point, I want to have him show a little bit of drops down. Don't want to lock left leg, right ball. Even though it's not visible, I want to make sure the leg being it like it should be if you're dropping down like that, which this. I want to have him up until this point. A little back, which require thighs. This one's not gonna work. I'm just doing some various things that I've seen sometimes work in other shots to improve, and I'm just seeing how it works out. I really don't have to change anything to make it work. Let's leave it. Okay. And the other thing. Yeah. How's that? Just a little drop. Ooh. It may not seem like much, but it's just dropping the body a little bit. It keeps things moving. Okay, now I gotta do the head. Almost always when I do the heads, I take it and turn it out of the turn, but tilt it into. This timing back down a little bit. What do you mean by ideas? Like the idea for camera angles, the idea in general for videos? Like what do you? I guess it's vague. Nice. That's way too eye opening. Two here. Technically, if you went onto one leg, you would probably not be standing 100% straight. Forgot that was. When I started the scene build and actually before I even started doing anything with this, I kind of had a bunch of these scenes, like specific camera angles in mind, like how this starts here for the camera coming across here, and originally I had wanted to do with the camera with this, but I changed that. Most of this shot all the way up until actually about there, I had that entire shot before I even did the scene build, started animating anything. That's kind of what in my head I already wanted. So when I did the scene build, I already kind of had an idea with the camera, but that's why I build the general scene build. And like even here, you really don't see the stuff on her desk over here, but in this scene build, I have a lot of stuff on the desk. But a lot, because when I did it, I was thinking I just want to complicate the room, but I never actually put any focus on it. Since a lot of these scene builds are actually based on things that are in the game, like the Overmir's office is just the exact same as from the game, it didn't require as much freedom, I think. You know, I didn't have to go as far with doing that from scratch. But like for the cellar over here, these back parts aren't even looked at. I mean, I put a lot of time into this stuff, and I'm never going to use it. So I did kind of go overboard, I think, with the scene building. But for the camera angle and stuff, a lot of it is when I hear the audio, what it is that audio piece is trying to do, or the point of it. So let's find an example of something here, because it very much limits what I can do. Example. Like, so here I just wanted to have a shots that were showing people in depressed situations. So doing a slow camera with them, having it up close in here, and then having the camera back up shows distance. You're being distanced from, and an empty room, so that is giving the feelings of loneliness. So the whole the whole camera thing I did there was trying to show that. Here it was showing that this place actually has people in it, but showing just people sulking. There really wasn't too much for that one. Here, since she's brought up, I needed to at least establish that she is now in this pose doing something with the pitbuck, but I didn't want to show the whole room as itself, because doing an establishing shot for the room or where she is would pull away from the speech. So instead I just had her having a conversation or listening in. Then before she was done talking, I had to go back to show her. So just to lead it in, I did the slow zoom in, and that's supposed to be an emotional speech, so I had this off at the end. This, since she was on the pitbuck, this is establishing what the audio was coming from. So there's a lot of this that's pulling all of the camera angles are trying to tell the story. I feel the camera is doing more of a better job than the animating. It's where the camera is and how it's being placed. I mean, I could go through everything here, trying to show how it's, like, here no, I'm not gonna do that one, but, this is just the montage to show that she's leaving. Actually leaving her room. I used the number 2 just to like a stable number. Yeah, this was the establishing shot, or these two were the establishing shots for this room, to give you an idea as to what was in the room. So I had to have a shot that took up the majority of it. And this, the crane here, you guys figure out the key thing, is set to be the focus point, so you can tell where the camera's changing to. I don't really like that camera angle, so I don't know if I want to keep it. A lot of this conversation is just trying to maintain conversation, so I always want to keep both these guys in shots as much as I can, except for here where she's only talking with one of them. Anytime there's internal monologue, the camera is up close to her face, because if it showed then, it would be confusing as to who's talking. So that's why he had the when she goes internal monologue, it switches to a close shot. But then afterwards, when she's talking, it goes back to a mid shot, so that and shows them to who she's talking to, gives context. Then back to here, she's back to an internal monologue. Go back to just shots of her. Here I needed to establish what's happening, so I have this backed off to where he's talking, and it shows us lifting up. But it's not in focus because that is not technically a focus.
Get lost outside.
Why,
Then
yes.
since it was
Yes,
something
I am.
actiony happening, I wanted to do fast camera movements because that would give a the music having music that is epic without a fast moving camera can seem dull. So that camera moves fast here for that ring noise. But then again, it's
And I'm
just
also
her
the
talking,
one
so I
who's gonna
zoomed in.
bring her back. Oh, Earth ponies.
When she's walking by, I wanted to make sure I saw them. I originally, I changed the camera here. I originally had the camera somewhere back, like here, to establish the computer.
See that levitating something up
But
behind
to
you,
do
trick
that,
coming.
I would have had required a lot of modifying her legs to make them actually turn. So instead, I changed it to this, which I kind of like more, and it allowed me to just skip time and animate the
Behind you,
legs.
trick coming.
Bring up the establishing for
Alright.
there.
Now to business. CMC
I couldn't actually have her type, so I had
3B
like this.
FF.
Because there's a build-up here of suspense. I changed. You have the camera pulls back and zooms in, so that it kind of gives that like kind of cool effect for the camera. And then as soon as the suspense breaks, so does the camera's to back to its original position. So that builds the suspense, and then that actually gives you that intense push that it changed. Cameras here used to shift so that they actually both move slightly, that it kind of feels like you are swinging with the camera. Even though she's really not looking at anything, if she's looking at an empty space against the wall, it doesn't matter because it's supposed to just be that she is worried about things coming after her. Oh, I changed the microphone here. Here again, since it's like actiony parts, that's why she's fastly moving, camera moves in fast. But camera's shifting here fast, the background's moving a lot.
Here goes.
That's just because I had to do that part. This is establishing that the door is dropping, but I needed to have her start moving down. Yeah. So you may think that I did, it takes a lot of time to do the camera. I was getting him to be perfect is right, but really when I was looking at this shot, I was stuck here. There wasn't really much I could move from here for doing the shot because I knew I had to show this, and I knew I had to have her coming in. So I really was limited. It's just playing with the camera to get it to look right. But yeah, even if you go watch any movie, you'll know they do that much thinking into every shot. There's a lot, unless it's just like some cheap movie that they threw out, which is getting, I guess, more popular these days. But there's a lot of camera properties like here at the beginning. By having a camera below the eye line of some, or not really eye line because we're thinking humans, but having it looking up at somebody is called being submissive. It's making them feel like they're giving in, or it's being depressive situation. So that's why I didn't really like this one, because doing it from above, it's more submissive. Like she's in control, but this part she's not. But also, though I kind of get away with this shot just because it could be considered to be by having the focus of the light here, that it's not really it's a shot that's trying to just establish. But here I could go from above just because of I was trying to get the door. Oh yeah, back to submissive here. If I were to go up here, although ignore the rubber band legs, it's giving her more of a position of power. It may not feel like that, but it is how we interpret such.
Where did you go?
But yeah, there's a lot of thought I put in everything, and when I went through and refined, because all this green stuff is stuff that's done, like what I'm considered to be basically final. I've redone a lot of those shots to try to take advantage of stuffs. Actually, this kind of could work. I would have to play with it a little bit, but it could work. I just don't like the 180 spin. And actually, the only reason that I have this whole shot set up like this is because this shot right here, I wanted to use for making it look like for this shot. Because this is the picture I was going to use for the preview video thing, whatever. And so I made this picture and then I just reused the pose. But I wanted to use this look because that was how the picture for the actual radio play looked. So, but I'm also working with audio that already exists. But yeah, that's how it comes down to, is just take your camera's portraying just as much motion as the characters that you are portraying. So putting time into ensuring that your camera is working correctly can go a long ways. I don't know if I quite like how I think your head's too... It goes from like jagged, quick movements to too smooth here. If you actually want to know where, let me open up this thing. When it came to camera stuff, I've done a lot of photography and stuff for quite a while, so I kind of understood it a little bit. But let me find Zachariah Scott's terminal. Zach. I'll figure it out. If you haven't watched all his tutorials, I recommend you watch them all, actually. Because he is very, very good with camera, using camera cinematics, and I like to use videos as a reference for some stuff. But not that one. He actually made... Oh, okay. I think it's this one. Okay, yeah. Here is a video that you can watch that he goes over how to do cinematic talking with cameras, but a lot of the concepts that he brings up are useful in general. They're not just covering just talking. You can use a lot of those elements in other stuff too. So I recommend watching that because it actually does a good job of covering how different zooms affect things, how different angles, positioning. He covers a lot of really useful stuff. So I highly recommend you watch that, but I technically would recommend you watch everything. There's actually 3 channels. I think it's for general purpose knowledge, just learning the software, the SFM normal SFM main channel, just the normal one on YouTube. That one is going to be probably the starter. Zachariah Scott covers some more advanced stuff, but is really useful for mid ground. The guy that Let me see here. What's his name? Forgot his name. That bugs me. Jimmy Lins. Okay, this guy. He made the SFM Tip of the Day series. That is a lot of tutorials. How many did he do? 60 something. And they cover very specific topics. Oh my god, those are. I'll go through them now and then and just reread these to see if I missed something. But they're really useful for getting to know very small elements of it. So like this is how SSAO affects things, and he goes into detail with it. This is how to better use the rotation tool, and there's some really, I think that covers some of the local and global rotations. Using stereo flexes, but that's not on the pony models. It goes over just some of the presets, lenses, using auto aiming, using overlays. These are just very specific, very good tutorials. So I recommend you go through all of his stuff. This is Jimmerlin's. But this whole thing is that'll give me a time on it. It's 7 hours? No, there's no way that's 7 hours. Well, actually, it might be. It's a lot of video, so don't sit and do in one sitting and expect to watch it all. But yeah, do definitely go through and at least try to pick and choose the ones that you think that are going to be really useful and helpful for you. Though I think all of them are. Yeah, if you got game design stuff, yeah, you're gonna definitely want to get some anime and stuff. And even here, right? We're talking about little stuff. The microphone here, which he hits, even that shakes. I mean, just little things. The little details are the ones that are the most important because they're not noticed. And it's the fact, usually the small details you don't do are the ones that are noticed. Like, for example, so what's a good example of the minor details left? Oh, like, right here. When this guy hits, this actually wobbles a little bit afterwards. That's a very minor thing that I probably didn't need to do. But if I wouldn't have done it, it would have been really weird. So that it's something very small. This little reactionary thing that definitely comes in handy.
And I'm also the one who's gonna bring her back. Oh, Earth Pony.
If it's related to SFM, I don't mind sharing stuff, but if it's not, I mean, you can advertise elsewhere, because that just seems weird.
Have to do this. You don't have to do
The
this.
180 spin is just, I don't think it's going to work there. I'm going to get rid of that camera. Oh, that's the current camera. Because this is technically a 180 spin, but it kind of, but... I don't even like this shot that much. It just seems like it pulls away from the coloration. It's dark, then light, then dark again.
Now or never.
No, I'm saying this is an SFM stream, not just a pony stream, so that's what I'm saying. If it's related to SFM, sure, then that helps everybody, but otherwise that's not the point of this channel.
Never.
I'm not stepping up there. Quick, seal the door. Seal the door.
A little faster. He's moving way too slow. Not that quick. That work.
Quick, seal the door! Quick, seal!
We're gonna keep the camera moving.
Quick, seal the door! Quick, seal the...
The point to keep the camera moving is that it makes pixels in the back of the camera, or like behind the camera, so like back here, keep moving, and it gives a false sense of motion.
Quick, seal the door! Quick, seal the door! Quick, seal the door!
False sense of motion just means I don't have to animate some things, but it looks like they're still moving in some way.
Seal the door! Seal the door! Seal the door! Quick! Quick! Seal the door! Quick! Seal the door!
I still want to hear quack.
Quick!
Quack. Quack.
Quick! Seal the door!
I don't know if I like that movement or not. But kind of like that. I might be overdoing it. Yeah, it's overdoing it. Once I have these, that's kind of determined for the most part. I'm gonna mark them. At 150. Yeah. Wait, no, not green. What am I doing? I am far from green. are these colored at? 150 red. Okay, so she's saying that I have to animate that part. Yellow is I've animated, I just have to refine. Or like add the lip syncing. Which I have to do here, because mouth open, mouth closed is not exactly detailed. I think it's coming along. My goal is to have all of this done by BronyCon, which I should be able to easily get done because we're gonna. But I wanted to have it done for MLP MSP, which is in 2 weeks, but that ain't happening. I'd have to have it done in a week just to get the rendering done in the time. So it's getting there though. That's a pip. It really relates how long this is though. If you want to kind of see what the final is going to kind of look like, this is a link to the first final version that I made. It's not final, it's just that it contains most of the final stuff. So you can kind of get an idea from that as to what it is that it's planning to look like. That has film grain. I've been trying to play around with a way to balance film grain enough so where it would show on YouTube without being crushed completely by its encoding standards. It doesn't work. It's not. I'm not gonna bother. So I'm probably just gonna remove all of the film grain from it in final. The rendering on this video, I plan to do it at 256 because I can. Mainly because I can just start rendering this really about any time. The only reason I haven't is because right here in this shot, that's not going to be her final pip buck. It's going to be... Where the hell did I save that? Because this is the audio screen that I'm going to be using. And that's going to have various audio levels that I'm going to use by rendering it 7 times, and then at various audio levels, and then using post effects to make it look like the audio is actually bouncing with the audio. Where did I save that other one? I think it's actually in the videos. Come on. That's just a normal one. Oh, there it is. Yeah, this was going to be the one used for like Velvet's pip. So I removed it saying Velvet's name here. I lowered her experience, changed her level to 12. It's showing red as if she's not known, like you can't find her. The outline is still technically Pip, but I really don't have the artistic ability in me to make one that looks like Velvet. I have an idea on how to do it, but I'm just lazy. So this was kind of this idea for that. I think I also lowered their health count or something like that. What's the other one look like again? No, I just kept the health the same. So difference between the two. So, but yeah, that's that. I need to replace the texture on this part, so when it renders, it shows correctly. This is the part when I need to render it like 7 times over so that it shows the audio in the corner bouncing. So yeah, that's what I've been kind of lazy about doing. So I think I want to change the way she acts here. It just seems like she's a little stationary after she lands. But what was the other thing? I thought there was one. Oh, I needed to edit this shot so that the pitbuck's showing other screen. That's gonna take some time. Oh yeah. Plus I gotta go through and like hear pitbuck's clipping, so I need to replace it with a movable one. The magic effects. I think I fixed all the magic effects working here. And there. Yeah, it doesn't show there. I think it fades out actually. Yeah, it fades out right there. And to have it running here. Doesn't show her horn, so it doesn't matter. Here it goes. Oh yeah, the book was broken. That's what I need to do. So. Lots and lots of little tweaks. But I have until BrownieCon, so I have what, 2.5 months. Ah, Pip. Rockin' Pip. Okay. Actually, I can play the whole thing fast. Whoa. Back to the other camera. There we go.
Oh, how could I let this happen? The ponies aren't right to hate me. I don't want to let Velvet get away. Velvet, why? Why did you go?
On the Pip-Up radio, the Overman's reassuring voice is heard.
We are all feeling this loss, but I want to remind everybody that Velvet Family chose to do this. She chose to I'll tell you, she took hint removing her Pip-Up, ensuring we could not find her. I know many of you are angry for her. I urge you to direct that anger where it truly belongs.
It is then that an encrypted file in Velvet's Pip-Up catches Little Pip's eye.
It's not a recording. Maybe it's one of Velvet's new songs?
Sounds so robotic.
No bad code for opening the door right to you. CMB maybe
The staple door override code! Where did Velvet get this? And why? I'm not sure what's going on in my Velvet, but I'm sure of what I'm going to do.
The decision was made, there and then, to leave the stable and find Velvet, to leave the stable that no pony had ever left before.
Final check. Apples, water, extra stable barring, book arcane sciences, all set and ready to go.
The time arrives. Little Pip, with supplies and hoof and a set mind, faces a massive door that separates Stable 2 from the outside. What stands between Little Pip and the door's control panels are 2 Earth Pony guards.
Excuse me, if you let me by.
Sports off limits. No exceptions.
Here's hoping my little speech is good enough to get me through. I'm a certified stable tech technician. The override has specifically requested that I check the stable door panel is working correctly.
Didn't think so. Now beat it this week.
Apparently not. Time for plan B.
Hey, aren't you the filly who let our Velvet get lost outside anyway?
Why, yes. Yes, I am. And I'm also the one who's gonna bring her back. Oh, Earth ponies. I never say that without taking something up behind you trick coming. Alright, now to business. CMC 3BFF. Please work, please work, please work.
I want you to stop this instant at once. I want every Velvet who has stable to the door to stop that thing.
Here it goes! It's fine.
You don't have to do this. Lily, isn't it?
Overmare. I'll bring her back. I promise.
No, you won't. If you leave here, you'll never be back here.
That's it!
Now or never.
I don't stepping up there. Get the door!
With his and Stable 2's door closes erratically behind Little Pip.
Oh, I can't see a damn thing.
Can't do nothing.
The hallway is filled with the skeletons of ponies that had died desperately trying to get into the stable, as the land of Equestria was burned alive.
Celestial mercy.
The light of the Pip-Up lamp reveals the door that leads to the outside world.
So the entrance to the outside is cleverly disguised as the door to a humble apple seller, because the pony who had built it had been building an apple seller. Sounds legit.
That's actually way more entertaining than it should be. It's not even Chipmunk. It's not even It's not even high pitch. It's just that the audio skips. Where's that one part that's funny?
Stable 2 from the outside. What stands between the pair and both control panels are 2 Earth-honing guards.
Excuse me, if you let me by.
This one's off limits.
Look, she's auto-tuned.
Here's hoping my little speech is good enough to get me through. I'm a certified stable tech technician. The Overmare has specific certified stable tech technician. To get me through, I'm a certified stable tech technician. The Overmare to get me through, I'm a certified stable tech technician. The Overmare has specifically requested that I check with the stable company.
That's too fast now.
Hey, aren't you the Philly who let our Bella get lost outside anyway?
Why, yes. Yes, I am. And I'm also the one who's gonna bring her back. Oh, nice. And I'm also the one who's gonna bring her back. And I'm also the one who's gonna bring her back. And I'm also the one who's gonna bring her back. Oh, nice. Now to business. CMC 3BFF. Please work, please work, please work. EFF. Please work, please work, please work. Please work, please work. Please work, please work. FF. Please work, please work, please work.
The only problem with that is rendering it at, I don't know if you could render at that speed, but the audio is funny because of how it skips. It just having it go that fast, actually, I don't know if it would be as fast, but it's the fact that it just, like, does that little skippy auto-tune.
And I'm also the one who's gonna bring her back. And I'm also the one who's gonna bring her back. And I'm also the one who's gonna bring her back.
Oh god, that's good. That is quite humorous. And yes, Aggie, I plan to, I forgot what time it was at, but I plan to tune in. It would be pretty cool. I actually planned for a future milestone, because like before I did the bloopers, I wanted to take other videos that I've done and just do something weird with it. So like, for example, did this in one of the previous streams and I thought it was funny. Like something like this. It's just taking something incredibly serious and then just making a head spin. So, yeah, it's just, I thought about doing stuff like that, adding hats to people. I originally had a blooper where I was taking that reenactment I did from, with Pinky, Rainbow, and Fluttershy talking, and adding, I had all the CMC sitting on their back, so I had like Scootaloo on Rainbow's back, like just making goofy faces while she was talking, completely ignoring that they exist. It was just taking longer than I wanted to do, and I just said whatever. But
all right, now to business.
I love doing stupid stuff. That's what's funny was after that. Actually, I want to open that one. I want to show you how simple actually that was. that Wonderbolt one. The it was really easy to make, but I love making stupid stuff like this. This is like my favorite thing to do, and I don't do it enough. Audio even? There it goes. But even this was like, all it is the same cycle repeated. And then every shot is like the exact same. Just camera angles. Well, I had to use it back here. Even here, like this is such a horrible minimal animation. It's a well, this is how I feel. Or the frickin' this is horrible too. But it was just all it was taking like the actual let me turn up the audio. It's the all I did was like it's just all it is the walk cycle with a couple extra motions. So I just made sure like if their head was bouncing to the left or to the right that they just exaggerated that motion. That was all this is. And then just adding the mouth movements. 90% or all the eye movements in here were built into the sequence when I made it. So like all this is you can see is just the eyes with their pre-built moves and with just very, very slight modifications to like so that here or here they close their eyes a little bit more and then here they open it wider. This would be that's about it. Well that actually could be kind of funny super fast. That oh, we got you on. Even this is such a cheap shot. There's a like I couldn't put anything beyond the map's outer limit, so I had to use a volumetric light that's bright as hell right to and within the sides to give the sky look that I needed. And the sun is, I believe, yeah, that's right there for creating the sun. That's over here, and then I have these mountain model things. From one other map I downloaded, and they look a little weird with how I move because I think they're sitting in the yeah, they're sitting over here in the skybox. So so that's just the models of the from that map that I had just placed over here to put them in the skybox. So oh, that looks really weird. Anyways. But and then I just used After Effects to create the lens flare. The best part though about this walk cycle is that the song itself must be timed or to like 3/4 of a second or something, because this walk cycle I didn't modify it at all. I didn't have to retime it at all. It was actually exactly on time with the music. So when somebody said before that you had to have made that for this song, I'm thinking that it kind of was, even though I didn't plan on it. But you know, it's just the actual. I'm just saying that this is nothing complicated. It's just a walk cycle with some extra motion, and this first 10 seconds is the same thing repeated over and over and over again until this part, where all it is that the mouthing is a little bit different. She turns her head and the head motions, but even then, I think Fleetfoot is just left right, and then I copy pasted it to Rainbow Dash, but I added a swing to hers so that it felt a little different. So, but yeah, it was just this only took me a couple hours because it really wasn't difficult to make. All the animation was done prior. I mean, Twilight here, the sitting pose is copy pasted from something else I did. The flight here was a copy paste. I just kind of animated that horrible running into thing. So yeah, it's nothing complicated. It was just taking what is already out there for you to download and just tweaking it and making something incredibly stupid and goofy. Hell, I think rendering only took me like an hour. I think I rendered it at 128. I think so. I just love the way their tails move there. And showing how lighting works. Looks right from one angle, may not look right from the others. I was thinking of animating the eyes, but I think other than the left and right turn here, all of the eyes are just locked on a specific point in front of them, and that's it. Where? In this shot. Okay, I thought so. I never actually stopped her animation, so or his, I guess. But yeah, I don't know what I'm doing there. I really like roofs. Anyways, I think if anything else I do, I don't think I'm done working on the other thing for now. Oh, you can see. I think I still have one base set up. No, I'll save. For the okay, so yeah, for that walk cycle thing. That's what the final motion ended up being. But I have the non-twist version, which is that's the version that the where she's walking but her body isn't doing that rock back and forth as you can see here. So just walking forward like that. That was what I was sort of originally trying to turn into a trot, and I think I might still try to modify it to be such, but it wasn't turning out like I wanted it to. So and then I think the keyframed one is this one, where that was just that's the whole keyframe there. So there, that's it. That was what it started as. But I kind of like the oops, the non-twisty version, so that she's not as happy. She's just walking. She's so happy in these ones. That's what I like about these ones. They're so happy. Well, yeah, actually, you can play it back. Oh, the other video I could play. I can't play it backwards. But I wish I could actually reverse the animation because that would actually work really well for a reverse. But you can't reverse animations, and I hate that. You can do player in reverse, but you can't. And it would. Oh God, how in handy that would come. I can play the other one backwards. I'm actually kind of curious about it. Oh, no, not that. Sadly, the bums don't pop up though. It's not as funny as I thought. It's kind of just weird. That was kind of satanic. If the DAWs actually popped up right, maybe. No, I'll show you how I kind of did the modifying thing. So I'm just going to grab the head here and say here I want to have her turn more into this one. Here, let's see, I want to have her do the neck. They didn't animate the neck. So that's really all it was just slight little modifications. Okay, now that that's done, we're going to copy that one. Reba dash. Whoops. Oh yeah, and not the jiggles. I don't know if I'm gonna get a good sit out of the male models. Alright, the best I'm gonna do. Don't worry, that'll be fixed. Whatever it is I'm doing. That Fleetfoot, what the hell? And oh, unlock those first. Here's locked. Oh, I just did pellet cells. Okay, is this still set to the same loop timing? No. But I should be easily able to determine it. There we go. What this allows me to do, where's his legs? Here, past the point. Okay, and then point. There's this here on the they go up. There. I might actually keep this for something to do later, because everybody was wondering where Soren was, so. So now I can take this part, there. Well, here, I'll just finish it up. So, this is going to be on head. There. Point to that. There. Going to be and this is where the head is, right? Just like I need the head neck. That head needs to lag. So it's going to be there. But I'm going to have it drop off faster. So head movement again. There. There. Okay, now we just take all of Soren, copy it from here, back copy from there, copy. Okay. It's a little bit too much on head neck though. There we go. Where'd you go, Soren? Get back on your waifu. Oh, actually, I can't do that yet. I need to determine that timing's right. I think it is right. Actually, I can fix that. The peak is right here. Okay. There. All fixed. I think I can move him over a little bit though. Oh, I just have to put this over. He's such a big babies. It's, I don't know. Stupid. Obviously, no fatty there. I'll save that for later use, maybe something. But yeah, I think I'm done animating for tonight though, because I am kind of tired from this weird week. And this weird so. I think I might use that for a blooper or something later. Especially with all the people that are like, where's Soren? Well, look it, I found Soren. You didn't see him. He is in Horse. Weird how the textures do that. But, all right. Anyways, yeah, I'm going to call it for the night because it's almost 7 o'clock. It's normally going to quit anyway. So I'm gonna try to get some more of the lip syncing and stuff done, so I can actually get some more parts where I can animate the Fallout video, or whatever. But I plan to get a lot done. The 3-day weekend, woo! So, but who knows? I might make another stupid thing like this and kind of spur of the moment. But I don't know. I think that is kind of an interesting idea for a blooper. By the way, I am going to call it here. I am going to. I think there's nothing weird going on next Friday in terms of getting doing a stream, but do know that the Friday after that is MLB MSP, so I will be around, but will not be doing a stream because doing awesomeness at convention. So, but we're having a panel, so if anybody's in the area, Aggie excluded because I know you're going. So, okay, yeah. I don't think I'm gonna stream this weekend. I said I was gonna do last weekend and I forgot to, so I'm just gonna say I'm not going to. But yep, I will talk to you guys later. See you probably next Friday or something. And Digiv, you shut up. You're stupid.